subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, I am taking you along to the Houston Junior Forum resale shop located in the historic Houston Heights. You can find them in our Houston Thrift Guide and on the map. It is shopping with a purpose and lots to discover today. Join me. Lots of great shops to discover in the Houston Heights, including Baker's Barware at Heights Antiques on Yale and Bungalow Blue. The Houston Junior Forum resale shop is open 10 to 3 Monday through Saturday. And mark your calendars for the White Linen Night, Saturday, August the 2nd from 6 to 10 p.m. And the Houston Junior Forum will have some wonderful shopping opportunities, live music. You don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Houston Junior Forum located in the Houston Heights. It is a nonprofit women's organization with proceeds benefiting children, youth, women, and seniors in the greater Houston area. Some fabulous thrifting in the store and a great source for furniture, home decor, tabletop, fashion, jewelry, and more. Let's have a look at the store. It's always a warm welcome at the Houston Junior Forum, and we find some unusual items, sometimes exotic. This screen is tabletop ready, many ways to incorporate that. And this green chair in the Queen Anne style is $81. Their prices are very competitive with furniture. And for a dorm or first apartment, this would be a wonderful settee. And there's also an ottoman. It's priced at $120 for both pieces. And this is a showstopper, a Moroccan table. And there's such detail. An interesting coffee table. This is handcrafted in Morocco. It has a wooden frame, metal accents, camel bone used in the decorative embellishments, and lots of hand-hammered metal. This is priced at $749, and the price goes down each month. You will see on the tag. I have found a similar one on eBay for $4,000. And it's not just about the home decor. They also have fashion and fashion accessories with footwear and handbags. I bought some great items here over the years. I see the Kendra Scott Rain necklace that was so popular. And some wonderful jewelry selections here, including the amber bracelet, coral. I often find James Avery here as well. When you're checking out at the end of your thrifting day at the Houston Junior Forum resale shop, you may realize there are some treasures here behind the counter. I suggest that you stop here first. That way you have your focus on some of the finest finds in the store. This is definitely worth a look. My friend found a Lalique bird that was under $30, and she's delighted with her find. And this collection is rather unique. The Trail of Painted Ponies is a collection inspired by a public art project that stampeded into American history in Santa Fe. The initial price for the horses is $25. This one is Happy Trails. They also have one that is the Nutcracker Ballet theme. Hand-painted Hungarian porcelain, a brand that you will recognize as Heron. Well priced at $32 for this ramekin. And there is such detail with that bird finial. I've shared the history of Heron in a previous visit to Still Good Consignments. A beautiful back stamp. You also see Heron in period dramas, including Downton Abbey. It was also used in royal palaces. And we find lots of German china today. We're finding a lot of Bavarian porcelain in this shop, lots more to share with you. This is from Schumann, a company we've talked about the history in a visit to High Street Antiques in Dallas. And the bag stamp is Schumann, Bavaria, US Zone, and that certainly dates it. Kaolin was discovered in about 1830 in the Bavarian area of Germany, and that's why we have so many porcelain manufacturers. I will tell you more about the history and how kaolin was first mined in Hilschau in 1833. And we find a regal combination in this porcelain: cobalt and gold. That could be tea or coffee for one, with a Tirschenreuth back stamp made in Germany. And you notice the crown. This is a great find, and if that is a pattern that you have, even better. If you want to start a teacup collection, this is a great opportunity. Doesn't always have to be the full-size cup. It could be a demi-tasse. Coffee or tea for one, $24.50 with that beautiful Tirschenreuth back stamp. When kaolin was discovered in Europe, they could finally compete with the Chinese imports and produce hard paste porcelain. There are many manufacturing companies that opened up in Bavaria. A pair of silver-plated goblets would be ideal for the bride and groom, or you could incorporate these into a centerpiece with a Christmas ball ornament in each. I've shared that in a previous segment. These are from the Wilcox Silver Plate Company, established in 1865. They were a major manufacturer in the American silver industry, acquired by International in 1898, and the brand name was maintained until 1980. This silver-plated teapot is well priced, $24. Great for a floral display. I've used these in some of my parties that you've seen. And of course, great for serving tea. It is silver on copper, and the value of copper has gone up. This is a great deal. And there is much more to discover in this store. Excited to share some dishes with you. This is a treasure trove of entertaining essentials, dishes, glassware, and even centerpiece inspiration. Such delicate shapes and design. It would be nice just to add these accent plates to a white gold-banded china pattern. The initial price is $4.25, but we'll see that it's gone down quite a bit. And looking at that back stamp tells us a lot of the history. Fine bone china, Crown Staffordshire, made in England. And there are even more pieces. It goes on forever. I think years ago, folks had larger dinner services than you have today with the style of entertaining. And we'll take a look at the price. It has gone down to almost $297.50 any day now. And this is unique. Nippon, you probably recognize the style with that oval bowl. It's actually a celery dish with 5 salt cellars. And it's just about $28 now. Of course, you could use these for after dinner mints. Hand-painted Nippon. It's nice to find a complete set. And in Japan, it is considered lucky to have a set of 5. Hoya Crystal always offered 5 instead of 6. Original sticker is a bonus. Princess House exclusive, made in Romania. My mother had Princess House items. These were home parties that you would attend. $19.20 is a great deal for this compote with that familiar etching and a gold band, which you don't normally see with Princess House. Altwasser Silesia china. Lots of European influence today in the store. And there's that back stamp, made in Germany. And this is probably from the 1920s or 30s. You can tell by the style there. And of course, it's Silesia. Lots of geographical changes in subsequent years. A large platter for $24. That's great for serving, even for tea time. And you could place a tea set on this. Theodore Haviland, Limoges, France. Would be a lovely addition. A frosted look with this vase with a sea theme. Let's take a closer look. I love these seahorse handles. That is quite different. $31.20. And that is quite a piece. Antique Czech art glass with this Barilac brand from the Josef Inwald Glassworks. They are known for their frosted designs similar to La Lique, and they feature a relief of animals, plants, and geometric patterns. This is well priced at $35. Lots of artwork in this store as well. I have my eyes on china. A lone plate can also add interest. You could use it as part of your wall art or on an easel. This is absolutely a stunning plate with a Wedgwood back stamp, priced at $16. This is definitely an antique. And we have more china, and some of the prices are unbelievable. This rectangular tureen could be used as a centerpiece. You could use it to store items. Priced at $84 now. It has an interesting gold floral finial. I'm sure this was enjoyed by a family, and it is Limoges, which makes it extra special. Made with that key ingredient, kaolin. The classic white bone china with a gold rim. This is a small, sweet, and petite gravy boat. Be great for a dessert sauce. And it has a number, but not a manufacturer. Let's have a look at the price. With an interesting shape, $14. The roses would make a lovely table setting. And the price is excellent on these dishes. And I will tell you an interesting tie-in with a popular American clothing designer who was inspired by this particular pattern. And again, it is plentiful like many of the dishes that we find in the store today. From Tirschenreuth. A Tirschenreuth pattern. This is a region of the Bavarian area of Germany, as well as a manufacturer's mark. They were operating from 1838 to 1994. In 1927, they were acquired by Hutchenreuter, and we sometimes see both back stamps within one pattern. Within a large pattern, we sometimes find various back stamps. Perhaps it was acquired a different year. It simply has a V and Bavaria. A German mid-century china pattern that inspired an American designer. In 1995, Ralph Lauren launched the Daphne dinnerware pattern that is identical to this, except for it is a white background instead of the ivory. This is well priced at $100 for 60 pieces. It's a walk through the garden with these dishes. When I'm considering a pattern, I look at the different colors and imagine the table settings and seasons. This would work well for spring, summer, and fall. And the price has gone down. It's $340, soon to be $297.50. I find that generally china does not sell as fast as furniture in the store, and for many other thrift stores as well. There's that beautiful Castleton china back stamp made in the USA. Castleton was a popular bridal selection. This Ascona pattern has a multicolored floral design, a pearl edge, gold rim, and this would be perfect for tea time with this teacup. The Ascona pattern was made from 1950 to 1962. I will share some of the history with you, including a well-known company that had a china service made for the White House in 1968. And it's an added bonus to have these serving pieces, including the gravy boat and open vegetable. The Castleton brand was launched in 1940, made in the Chinago China factory in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. There's an interesting history of other manufacturers wanting to create their wares with Chinago as well. The Castleton brand is known for their elegant designs. In 1968, Tiffany & Company created a pattern under the Castleton brand that was manufactured at Chinago in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, due to competition with imports, the factory closed in 1991. It is considered an abandoned factory. You can see dishes on the floors and transfer patterns in the drawers. A vintage EAPG beauty. This cake stand is early American pattern glass, and it's actually an antique. It was made in 1887 by Dalzell Brothers and Gilmore Glass Company of Wellsburg, West Virginia. In the familiar daisy and button design that we see with many other glass manufacturers of that era, including in the mid-century. From Tiffin, we have a set of port glasses, and they also have sherry glasses. $14 for 5 glasses is a great deal. You can certainly get creative. Use as a fruit cup, serve a dessert, a scoop of ice cream. If you play cards, you definitely need this set. All that is missing is a bridge cloth, that square overlay used with card clubs. Peach lusterware, priced at $35. Hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades, everything is represented. And it even has a handle. This is a sort of snack set. With a stackable creamer and sugar, a teapot, and that beautiful Atlas China back stamp made in Czechoslovakia in 1926. And we have such great information on these pieces. Blue and white is highly collectible and looks great with any setting. This fish may seem unusual, but it actually works very well as a vase. I've showcased my Chinoiserie collection and also featured a pair of fish vases that I borrowed from my friend Judy. I've since acquired some that I got on eBay, and they look absolutely amazing with florals, whether you add fresh, dried, or silk. Man's best friend and our favorite blue and white. And he's under $20. That makes a great gift, $19.80. It's an unusual find. And we have a milk glass punch bowl with an inverted pedestal. And there's the molded stamp, Westmoreland glass. Westmoreland made the paneled grape pattern from 1940 to 1984. This Party Perfect punch bowl has the original stand, makes it extra special, well priced at $63. This could also be a centerpiece. You could use it to place just about anything, including ice down some drinks. It's a versatile piece, and I often see the stand or pedestal turned upside down in period dramas and in stores sometimes. Perhaps it got moved. It has been here a while. It's on the last markdown, and this is a great find. A stunning punch bowl. This is a pattern you probably don't recognize, but when you see the back stamp, it will all make sense. It is from Spode. Their Blue Room collection. Grapes first introduced in 1821, reproduced from a hand-engraved copper plate, and that sold within 5 minutes. A lady was happy to have that for her wine and cheese party. Flow Blue is highly collectible. And there's that back stamp. For the collectors, they know just what they're looking for. Another combination of that regal blue and gold. Very much a mid-century dish. We see this in Germany a lot. Priced at $21. And it has such detail on the finial and the handles. This is an exceptional piece of quality porcelain. And it is German, Kautheim, Zepp, Bavaria, from the 1960s. And we have more German porcelain. I will tell you all about it. The ginger jar is quite interesting. Another cobalt and gold. And the back stamp gives us lots of information. And it's a very good price. And you don't have to go to Germany to shop the flea markets. You can find it right here. Cobalt was popular in the mid-century, especially with German porcelain manufacturers. This is made by Lindner Porzellan in Küps, Bavaria. It's a company that started in 1929. We see lots of gold accents, and the back stamp tells us it is Echt Cobalt, which means authentic cobalt, that it was used in the glaze. We are continuing on with the theme of the blue and gold. These accent plates would be perfect for many different patterns. The Renaissance from Fitz and Floyd, that is an exceptional price, $16 for 6 plates. I probably should have purchased these. Absolutely love it. And this vase is bigger than a Buick. It's hard to see the size. I will have to give you a closer look at this Chinoiserie blue and white vase, priced at $90. And you could possibly consider that a floor vase. Could be the center of a buffet or a round entry table. Their silver plate is also very affordable. And I like when they offer the tray as part of the set. I think that really completes it. One thing that I always look for. And it's $88, almost $77. This table from Pottery Barn sold very quickly to a gentleman who lives in the Heights. The French antique armoire is great for storage. And it has a rustic look to it. I think that would be a wonderful addition. Let's take a peek inside. And you can see the age has such rich history with French furnishings. And it was priced at $556.50. And that table has a new home now. A pair of lamps, like that touch of red, and some espresso cups. These demi-tasse would also be great for bouillon soup, handmade in Corfu, Greece. $31.20. And they do have 24-karat gold accents with that very well-known Greek key pattern. The perfect seating. There are many choices here for every taste and style. Fabulous seating with mid-century swivel barrel chairs, a French tufted chair, a chaise longue, and a rattan wingback that has Ralph Lauren vibes. There is seating for every taste and style, and you could step back into the mid-century. You can always find room for a chair in a bedroom, powder room, entryway, and the price is right, $32, and I'm loving the fabric. A chaise longue is perfect for a bedroom or the corner of a living room for a cozy reading nook. And it's a nice neutral color with great legs. This looks like it should be on the cover of a magazine, complete with the pillows. And this is definitely begging for a sunroom. And it's well priced, $140 for this wicker chair. Another dish pattern. I'm loving the strawberries. Perfect for this season. Let's take a look at the back stamp. Fine earthenware from James Kent. Made in Staffordshire, England. Usually when you find a porcelain flower, it has some wear. This looks to be in perfect condition and very well priced. Could add that to a centerpiece or side table. It is from Lefton. That's a much better quality Lufton than I've ever seen. An interesting coffee table. The nail head, leather, and brass makes quite an interesting combination. This would be thousands in a decorator store. Just the hammering alone is a lot of work. And it's time for a step back into history with something a bit regal that would be great for resellers. Priced at $156. A Biedermeier carved gilt wood frame clock. This has lots of detailing, a porcelain dial, and a true antique. It is missing the pendulum. It is priced at $175.50. The same clock, also without the pendulum, sold in New Orleans at an auction house in 2010 for $1,400. This could be interesting wall art. I always look for pretty plates. They have a pair which could balance out some wall art. Let's have a look at that back stamp. Priced at $14. Tuscan china, made in England. Silver-plated trays, pitchers, and dishes are great for entertaining. And this shell dish would be perfect for boiled shrimp. Always looking for that hallmark. And priced at $24. Some great ways to gift that as well. A frame without an art piece. Actually, a customer purchased the art and left the frame. And a French provincial mirror. $300. I love this style. That would be a great addition, even if you had a house full of antiques and mantle lusters. These were popular in the Victorian era. They've been electrified. And now we are walking towards the back. They have some new additions that I'll share with you, including an all-purpose coffee table, priced at $160. A modern twist on the barley twist inspired coffee table, well priced at $180. And there's a French carved cabinet. Let's have a look. I feel like I'm at a German flea market. This is a great find today. A great price stateside for this French carved cabinet. Absolutely incredible. This sideboard has a starting price of $700. You will need some tall ceilings for this piece, great storage, and you could place a silver service or a porcelain collection here on the server portion. You've seen these in previous segments at the German Trödelcenter and flea market. That's a good deal. If you've priced these at antique stores, I can tell you that they are quite a bit higher, probably $2,500. And the initial price at $700 is a steal. Definitely takes me back to Germany. And now we'll walk back here into the bargain section, and I'll show you some interesting and unexpected finds today. Always a good idea to come all the way to the back, to the Karen's Corner warehouse portion of the store, where they are staging new consignments and donations and clearance items. This is a great find, priced at $15 now. This is an EAPG compote from the Bryce Higby Company in the Rexford Euclid pattern, made in the late 1800s. You could have a piece of history for a great price. Shop sustainably and affordably with $1 wine glasses. And you see how this perfect pair sparkles. It is a top brand, an incredible deal. If you look carefully, you see the acid etched logo of Stuart Crystal. It is the Glencoe pattern with vertical cuts and also some cross cuts in the bowl. These might have to go home with me today. And for serving desserts, we have some all-purpose footed bowls, $10 for a set of 5, and they're dishwasher safe. More silver plate and some everyday serveware. A coffee pot creamer and sugar, $20 is another great price for silver plate. And in this case, we also have some interesting finds. I remember seeing this at some high-end stores. It's been marked down to $47. Definitely an artistic take on the coffee cup. It is from France. It's a work of art. And this crystal vase is very well priced. This is what $20 can get you at your local thrift store. A beautiful European lead crystal vase with this floral etching, gorgeous roses. This would be a wonderful gifting opportunity. A gravy boat with underplate. It is integrated. It is one piece. Priced at $16. It is Haviland Limoges, made in France. And that would blend beautifully with many different patterns. A vintage glass basket with an etched design. Take that to your florist and would look amazing with flowers. Perfect for a hostess gift. You never know what you'll find when you venture out to your local resale shop. I encourage you to stop by Houston Junior Forum and find some great deals. So glad you joined me today for the Houston Junior Forum resale shop, where you can shop affordably and sustainably and find some great items with a bit of history. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with resale shopping.